The hit series Outlander has been a game changer for its lead actors, with their lives taking some fascinating turns.
And it was like, wait, hang on, how is it 2024? How are we 10 years into the show? How are we finishing season 8?
From their appearances and careers to the bonds they've built with one another, there's so much to unpack.
We've been together since,
just waiting for my engagement ring. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's dive into the cast's incredible transformations.
Oh, gosh.
The truth comes out, I see.
Caitriona Balfe and Sam Heughan. We're starting with Outlander's main couple because their journey is both impressive and truly inspiring.
I've had so many failures, but I think I have reached the pinnacle of my career right now. This is it. This is what I dreamt of.
For example, did you know that before landing the role, Sam was hustling to make ends meet in any way he could?
I started as a coffee barista.
He delivered sandwiches, sold women's clothes, bartended at an Irish pub, and took on a few other odd jobs to make ends meet.
One of my jobs that I work on, I wear a kilt and a sporran. So you need a snack that can fit inside your sporran. It's the wee pouch you wear on your kilt.
What a twist of fate. It was the role of Jamie Fraser in a kilt that completely changed his life.
I think it identifies who he is. And in season 1, we found out, obviously, that it's not just a piece of clothing, it's a piece of equipment. It's to keep him warm, it's to give him camouflage.
Knowing how much this meant to him, the costume designer even gifted Jamie's kilt to Sam at the end of filming.
So I have it at home.
However, one thing Heughan didn't share with his character was Jamie's fiery red locks from the early seasons. As a natural blonde, he had to dye his hair constantly, every 3 weeks to be exact. But honestly, those sacrifices are a small price to pay for the fame he's gained. Sam is not just a movie star now, he's a full-blown sex symbol. Though according to him, he doubts he could ever match Jamie's husband material.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be totally rubbish. Well, I'd be working all the time. I don't have a horse, and I don't have a wig.
Speaking of Sam's on-screen wife, Caitriona's real-life journey isn't too different from his.
No, I was living in America, and I was very broke and very unemployed when I got this job, so I was very excited.
Before Outlander, she was relatively unknown and still searching for the right path.
I mean, I spent 3 years as an unemployed actor in LA. I think anything that was made between the years 2010 and 2013, I probably auditioned for it and didn't get.
Now, just imagine what must have been going through her mind when she landed the lead role.
Day 1 was like this wild, crazy day for me. It was like a field hospital.
Balfe never expected the series to become such a huge success.
And they were like, oh, so you're going to move to Scotland? So I was like, oh, that'd be cool for a few months, great. And then they were like, it's a year.
And then 11
years later, I'm still there.
Along the way, she found love, got married, and even managed to film while pregnant.
It wasn't easy. I think it's just you're pretty tired when you're pregnant anyway. And, you know, we shoot really, you know, a lot. We shoot a lot, and the schedule is pretty tough.
According to Caitriona, she had plenty of support from her colleagues as that period. Especially Sam, with whom she formed a wonderful bond.
We've been so lucky. I think you never know who you're going to get to work with, do you? And I just feel really grateful that from day 1, Sam and I have really gotten along.
In fact, he was one of the first people she introduced her son to.
He wasn't impressed with me.
It's been so long since the first season, and these two still can't believe how many fans they have. Sometimes they even run into stars in the most unexpected places.
I was in the changing rooms, and I was pretty much Starkers.
Oh.
And these 2 old ladies who were also getting changed and pretty much Starkers came up to tell me how much they loved the show.
Now the next on-screen couple also has their own story of transformation to share. Sophie Skelton and Richard Rankin. The actress joined Outlander at a very young age, so in many ways, she grew and evolved as a person alongside the show.
You know, I was 21 when I joined this job, and for me, Scotland hasn't been my home, and so being away from home for 10 years has really meant that kind of these people are my family, and it's kind of been my life, and I've sort of been an alien from my own life.
As Sophie matured, so did her character Brianna, and she couldn't be happier with the changes.
Yeah, super proud of the woman she's become, and the way she fights for things now. She's more calculated now, and she defends herself in a very more mature and held way.
Skelton especially admires Brianna's deep love and care for children. In real life, she feels a similar kind of affection for her beloved dog.
was that there's been times where like something's happened to my dog, like he got bitten once. And I just remember seeing it and freaking out, but thinking like, I don't want to freak out the dog. I need to pretend I'm okay.
Over the years on the show, the actress has noticeably slimmed down and experimented with her look, going from brunette to blonde, and of course, rocking red hair.
My head has been munched, so I'm quite happy to say bye to the wig.
Her character's charm clearly worked its magic on her co-star.
What do you like most about Brianna? Is it your sparkly eyes?
Aw, thanks.
Red locks?
Yep, the
Where
red
you
locks.
just radiate with beauty, is it that?
Aw, whatever's in that whiskey is like nice potion. Are you okay?
Moments like these sparked rumors of romance between the actors, but they've denied it time and time again.
People get upset when they find out we're not dating. It's like,
And
wait,
some
what?
people refuse to believe.
As for Richard Rankin, he still finds it hard to believe he's been part of the same project for so many years.
It was a very strange time. We've been on the show such a long time now. I think I've been 9 years on the show or something.
Now that filming has wrapped, his top priority is to avoid getting typecast in one role. After all, this versatile star loves to experiment and embrace new opportunities.
And I think constantly challenging yourself is important. And
Let's talk about another adorable couple from Outlander. Lyall and César Domboy. Jamie's adopted son, Fergus, and his wife, Marsali, are making a long-awaited comeback. No surprise since they've become absolute fan favorites. Can you believe it's been over 8 years since their initial auditions?
My life has changed on this show. Truly different lives lived. See how I played the devil's child that turned good? Very mindful, very demure.
Lyall vividly remembers those early days, when she was just beginning her acting journey.
I was terrified. I'd never been on a set that large, and I hadn't been introduced to Kat really. We'd met at the read-through very briefly, and I didn't really know anyone.
According to the actress, Caitriona Balfe immediately took her under her wing. Over time, she became not just a friend, but also a kind of mentor, helping Lauren grow both personally and professionally with her invaluable advice.
So me and her got to know each other really well, and she really became a bit of a guiding light.
By the way, Lyle shares a lot of similarities with her character, Marsali.
I remember when I got the call for the audition, me and my agent were like, she was like, yeah, she's headstrong, she's this, she's that, she's that. And I was like, oh, all right, so she's me.
However, over the years, the actress has noticed one clear difference between herself and her on-screen counterpart.
I think I could probably control myself a bit more than she could.
In the beginning, Lauren even took a break from social media to avoid the negative comments and the emotional toll they could take. Fortunately, she returned to the spotlight stronger, and now she just lets criticism roll off her back. When rumors started circulating about her dating César in real life, Lauren took it all in stride. Honestly, the actors not only played their on-screen romance convincingly, but they also know a lot of personal details about each other.
Should drink an oat milk latte.
Nice.
If she's in a good mood. Should drink peppermint tea if she's in a bad mood.
Yeah.
But Lyle insists they're just very close friends. And that closeness sometimes made things a bit tricky on set.
It was pretty challenging. It was very intense. We were putting our friendship aside on those days of shooting.
During filming, César Domboy experienced change, not just in appearance. Although he stayed in Paris, the actor felt what it's like to be recognized all around the world.
It's such a thrill to be like part of people's lives like that, you know?
The actor insists that no matter how many projects he takes on, he'll always be ready to return to his favorite role as Fergus.
It's my job to be able to come back whenever they need me, you know, so.
Lastly, we want to talk about one more actor, without whom it's hard to imagine the show. Funny and stylish John Bell. In Outlander, his character probably underwent the most dramatic transformations. For instance, at the end of season 4, Ian chooses to stay with the Mohawk tribe. So Bell had to learn the tribe's language and shaved his head.
His costume and makeup has reflected his journey. So yeah, wherever he is in the story is reflecting how he looks.
In fact, the actor shares a lot in common with Ian in this respect. How he looks and the accessories he wears are very important to him.
And so the way young Ian flips his hair, or the way he makes sure that every single time he's looking pristine when he goes out onto that bridge, that's a little bit of me as well, right?
Overall, Being invited to the show became a kind of lifeline for John. At the time of the casting, he was at a crossroads. Belle had been acting since the age of 8 and was beginning to question whether he should continue pursuing his career.
I wasn't getting any work. I thought I was going to have to give everything up. Like, I was ready to like go to university and do something else. So like Outlander came about 2-3 weeks before I was supposed to start university, and I got the audition and then I got it.
Outlander helped the actor regain confidence in himself and his abilities. It also made him more open, like when he came out as openly gay.
Give me that kind of support and belief in myself that I wanted and was looking for, and has provided a character that has allowed me to grow and flourish with it.
Another important moment for Belle is that he gets to promote his favorite country in the world.
Scotland's industry is unrecognisable now, and that's all because of the impact of Outlander, or at least a big part of it. So a great sense of pride.
And let's not forget, it's this actor who's been the life of the party, both on and off set.
I mean, that's just me, right? Like, I just want to be genuine, and like, that's all I strive to be.
The legendary gatherings Belle regularly hosted are still talked about to this day. Naturally, after filming the final episode, he couldn't resist throwing one last unforgettable bash.
My favourite memory of that rap party was ending up in a club in Glasgow called La Cheetah, a tiny little sweaty box with house music pounding, and I think I had my shirt off next to Charles right down the DJ booth going, whoa!
Oh, no way, he's talking about that. That's hilarious.
Thanks to John, the typically reserved and proper Charles van der Vaart stepped out of his comfort zone to explore something new.
You know, I'll go to bed at 9 o'clock and, you know, I'll hit the gym and, you know, have my protein shake and go to bed.
And it seemed he really enjoyed the nightlife, especially in such great company.
Why have I not done this? I was just like, damn, I wish he convinced me to get out here earlier.
As you can see, this cast has been through a lot in their decade of working together. But what truly matters is that each of them has only grown better and become closer to one another over time. So it's no surprise that when the final stop cut was called, it left everyone feeling a bit emotional.
And I think them saying goodbye, obviously, we're saying goodbye not only to the characters, but to the actors as well. And that's always sad. However, there is time travel.
You never know.
You never know.
Could this be a clue that Season 8 might not be the final chapter of the Outlander story? Who knows? Anything is possible. We'd love to find out, wouldn't you? Meanwhile, which transformation impressed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments.